Blessings, my powerful MVP family. Blessings to everyone. Today, I am going to talk a little bit about medical care here in Jamaica. I know that many of us who are returning, we have heard so much about how horrible it is, and that's one of the thing that scared us the most. In December, I came home and I went up in December. I came home in July. I returned to America in December to do my checkups and get my medicine for my high blood pressure. And my doctor was saying to me, you know, just letting you know, and I will get into that other part of it in a minute. But my doctor, he had some talks for me because he was telling me that I could get care in Jamaica, good health care in Jamaica. So let's, you know, just please again, um, my experiences are different from everyone else's. If we're in the same neck of the wood, yes, we might have similar experiences. If we're elsewhere, then please just do the research and so that you have the right information you need. But for me, where I am explaining to you what my experience has been. But before we get into all of that, guys, I went into town on Sunday. I like to go into town on Sundays because I'm able to bring Michaela with me when I go in on that day. On Sabbath we worship here at home, but then Monday to Friday I really don't like to go into town because I don't. Two times I went in and I was late getting back. It's not that I was late, but the school let out earlier than I expected. And what happened was that Kayla, I had to ask the driver to take her back on the route with him to pick up other kids from other schools because I was not home. And so he did, and I couldn't expect him to sit here and wait because he had other school children to pick up. So whatever I do, I try to make sure that it's done in a way that I'm never ever outside of home, away from home when she gets home. Sometimes the school has emergency things and they tell you, oh, you have to get the kids by such a time, and you get caught doing grocery shopping and the kid gets home and I'm not here, and I didn't like it one bit. And so, yeah, it's hot, guys. It's 80 something degrees today. But I'm in my cool Caribbean shirt. Not that it makes it cooler, but I am here. So why did I do this? So when I came home, I shipped a lot of toilet paper, guys. And that's one of the problems when you're a giver, when you are a person who you just want to make sure that everybody gets. Sometimes you miscalculate and you end up needing things like these. Because I did ship a lot of toilet paper, a lot of it. But then I also know that the needs are great. And so at Kayla's school, I did share quite a few with them. And so I ran out. So I went into town and I asked somebody, which toilet paper would you recommend? Because I'm looking at all of them. And I only used Scott tissue when I was back home. I like Scott tissue. I just like it. And so the person says to buy this. And this is Dove. Who makes Dove? It's unscented. And it is a product of Jamaica, made in Jamaica by Musan Jamaica Limited. So I tried to purchase these. I picked them up like 6 at a time because it's killing myself at the 2 bathrooms. But then I went, and I know people are saying to buy Jamaica, buy Jamaica. Now I don't even know who made this one. It's so it's all Spanish or something else on there. Sigua, Rinde, Papel, Agency. All right, so this doesn't tell where it's made, who is the manufacturer. So I know it's a foreign thing. But again, yeah, they're saying buy Jamaica. But sometimes you have to divert from just buy Jamaica to something else. This is 2-ply toilet paper. This is 100% virgin plus paper. Virgin plus. But this one, it's... Okay, so I understand why it's bigger. But the thing is, when you put on a toilet paper, you want it to last a little time. So I bought this one. I saw this one and couldn't even reach it on the shelf. I had to ask a lady if she could take it down for me. But I started using this one. The texture of the paper is nice and better, stronger, and it's more on the roll. So it's 2 in 1. It's, you know, but at least when you put it on the roll, it lasts longer. So this says it's caught, not the exact same thing like the one abroad, but again, more before you see the brown cardboard. So there were a few other things. I went to the pharmacy for the first time on this past Sunday. And the pharmacy was just beautiful. It was a nice space, and they have, I think, 2 other, it's not walled in, it's an open concept, like a whole big old space, and then we have 2 other vendors in there as well. And so I just went crazy. I started seeing, remember Radiant B, guys? Who remembers Radiant B for the pain? So I did buy this Radiant B for its anti-inflammatory, ibuprofen 5%, but it's to rub into the skin. So for my back with the arthritis, yeah, our old Radiant B from I was a child, how many 60-something years ago. So I got one, and one of the things I said, I came home and I'm eating all these foods, but let me get to this other gel. This one, I like it. It says Go Gel. I'm not sure where it's... Right, this is from India. It's made in India. And I used it, and it seems to give some relief. It just says Go Gel on it. And it's $1,266 for this tube. And it doesn't sting, doesn't burn, and you just rub it in, and it seems to me that it gave some relief. That's my take on it. It seems like it gave some relief. Then I also got these guys. This is Zentel. And Zentel, you cannot just go in the store and buy it. The pharmacist has to give it to you. Zentel is a worm medicine, right? I haven't had worm medicine for over 50 years, right? I remember Granny used to give this to us when we go back to school, and they want you to use the chimney because they wanted to see if you pass worm. That was the hardest thing for me when you poop out the big old worm. wrapped in, I couldn't, that's something that's traumatizing. Now they say this Zentel, it kills the worms. So I don't know, they claim that you don't see anything, so I don't know what happened. So guess what, I bought it, but then when I was reading about it, one of the problem is that they say you have worms in your brain as well, and if when the worm is, if it's it's a lot to read, but that worm being removed from the brain can create, you can end up with some other issues, medical issues for a while. So people might just take these things and then sometimes they get they go through some kind of medical situation and without understanding that it's this. So it says when the worm is killed, there are things that can happen to you, and so you must read the enclosed leaflet that comes with these things before you just jump in to taking them. I know we grew up, and it's just one tablet, guys. It's one dose, one tablet. But I am just so like, I'm going to see some worm coming out, and they say, don't look, so don't look, but you got to look. You have to look back at your stool. You want to see the color of your stool. You want to see if there's bleeding. You want to know these things. So you have to look. Don't just, something coming out your body, you're not looking, you're just flushing, it goes, and you don't know. You need to know. And so I read the whole thing. Actually, read the whole thing, the whole part that was in English. And I was surprised by what I read. So I just wanted to read one little section where it talks about all right, so experiencing patients 65 years of age or older is limited. Experience in patients. Reports indicate that no dosage adjustment might be required. Renal elimination, and its primary that is no dosage adjustment. But I want to read a section, guys, because they said, I just want to, there have been no studies of that. Undesirable effects. The frequency, common, rare. Assign that. All right, so the following convention has been used for the classification of frequency. Very common. Okay. Mainly determined using that effect. Oh my goodness. I read it though, but I just can't. Immune system disorders, uncommon. Headache and dizziness, uncommon. Upper gastrointestinal symptoms, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. HEPA, skin. Hey guys, but it's in here though, where it talks about this. It has that yellow color, which can cause allergic type reactions. And okay, so I should have been more prepared. But I did see special warnings in order to avoid that during early pregnancy. Okay, treatment to uncover pre-existing particularly in areas with high infection. Patients may experience neurological symptoms, example, seizures, increased intracranial pressure, and focal signs as a result of an inflammatory reaction caused by death of the parasite within the brain. Symptoms may occur soon after treatment, and so they say appropriate steroid and anticonvulsant therapy should be started immediately. So yeah, it has something that can create seizures and stuff like that. And so just read before we take, because we're just used to, we buy something and we just take it. And we never look at the side effects at all. We never look at how it will affect us. But I did buy 2 dosages, one for Kayla, one for myself. Kayla gets the liquid form, but I haven't been brave enough yet to give it or to take it. So I bought those, and I bought a few more stuff in here. Remember, I bought my Bengay, anything that works. And one of the things that has been I needed was a washout. I came home and I've been eating and enjoying all the fruits and all the things, the good things here in Jamaica, but never just thought from July until now that I thought I really needed a washout. So I did buy the Mojo. This is a good herb. It's a herb mixed with senna and Epsom salts. So it's just a little packet like this, 1 cup of boiling water. And you don't need to put sugar, but you can put sugar if you want to. And just drink it down and let it push out the stuff that is sitting up in your gut, needing to leave the body. So this was nice and important. So we got this, it did its job, and that is it. And then I also bought a little pack of something here. These are ibuprofen, and these really work. I take, the doctor would prescribe ibuprofen from my husband or myself, and the big tablets. It never do anything for me. When my back hurts and I was going to work and I would take 2, it never really did anything for me. But this, I took 4 of them already. And Sunday when I took it, Monday morning I got up was good. And then last night I took 2. And it just gives me, it seemed like it allows me, like I cook and I didn't have to be leaning on the sink. I was able to just do what I needed to do, clean up, do everything. And I even made bag juice last night for Kayla, and I made quite a few, and I didn't have the discomfort. And so I'm kind of saying, if you come home and you need something to give some relief, I can recommend this. But again, it's up to you. Our bodies are different, so it might work differently for you and for myself. But this one works to me, while the ones that I brought, no good. I don't even take them, and so that is it. So haven't used some of this yet, but I did use the this one, this gel. I've been rubbing it in, and seems like I'm getting some relief from it as well. So we have the toilet paper, we have that, and I wanted to show you that when I went to the pharmacy, all the things that I purchased came to only $7,040. I was surprised. $7,040. So with that said, let's just segue right into what people say about medical care here in Jamaica. So I came home, and as I said, in December I went back to America to get my checkup, to get my blood pressure done, to get extra things, extra medicine for my blood pressure. And my doctor gave me a good talk. He says you can get the same thing in Jamaica, or so it didn't warrant me have to fly up there to get care. When I went, I paid $250 for that one visit. $250. I think a lot of us we talk about health care because if in America, if you're working, you have health care. If you're retired, you're supposed to have health care. For me, there are different reasons why I went back up and why I use private. I paid privately. So I wanted to see how it is down here, because so many of us are saying the healthcare down here is so bad. We know people died in the Ansances International Airport. We had a death right there because they called for an ambulance, and one of the things that happened was an ambulance would have come, but it was from a private hospital, and you had to pay for it before they will come and remove you and support you. We have seen stories, so many stories about how horrible the healthcare system is. If you have money, yeah, you're going to get care. And if you don't have money, then heaven help you. We know there are long waits at the clinics. Our own Bev Brown, who used to cook for the soup kitchen, Life with Bev Brown, please lift her up in prayers. She's going through a whole lot with her daughter and her granddaughter. And so please lift her up in prayer. If you haven't been to her channel, if you could just go there and support her, I will appreciate that. But oftentimes to get her blood pressure checked, to get her blood work checked, we'll see how she'll do the videos where she's sitting in the clinic for the whole day, for a long time. Sometimes she goes, she might get a lucky number and she gets through. But let me tell you from experience what happens. You attend the doctor here in my neck of the woods. For your urine test, your blood pressure, those preliminaries, to see the doctor, you pay $5,000 for that hospital visit. 5,000 Jamaican dollars for that visit. I saw another friend who agreed that when she goes to her doctor, that's what she pays as well. It's 5,000 for the visit, but if there's anything extra, you're paying for that. So if you're asthmatic and you need your nebulizer treatment and he has some in stock, you're going to be paying extra to get that. If you need to get an injection for something, you're going to pay extra for that. For your blood work, my doctor, he does blood work. They do take your blood in the office, they send it away, and within 2 to 3 days, the results will come back and they will discuss that with you. A lot of people, if you have to go to a clinic, it's different. If you are not paying for private care, then it is different, because then it's long hours, waiting to be seen, sometimes not even to get the chance to be seen, because it is so overwhelming. But know that Jamaica is free medical thing, right? So you get your card and you go in and you go to your clinics and you see your doctor and you get what you need to get. So Again, that's the experience I have. Depending on where you are, because we hear healthcare is so bad, healthcare is so bad. I know of a guy who he has what do you call the bag? Now why am I forgetting? And I the colostomy one is for the stool, is for when they cut your intestine and put that in your there. And then you have the other one for the urine. And he had it in, and he had it in so long that he got infected with it. But when he went to the hospital in Falmouth, he was admitted. He was coming from Christiana. He said he left from Christiana and he went down to Falmouth. He was admitted and got care, got good care. So again, I don't know at what point and where people are going, and the struggles are there, but I think it's not in all areas. I think too what happens is the areas where they're building up these these gated communities, because it is so much that people are paying, then they try to make sure that the infrastructure in Falmouth, you have the pier now, you have ships coming into Falmouth, tourists are coming in. So Falmouth is now a tourist area, which wasn't like that for years ago. The Falmouth, the little hospital was there when storms come and the water flashes over. It was a sea down there itself. It was, but then they uplifted things, right? They gave a facelift, and so nice hospital. There are three gated communities, and now they're planning to build another one, the Hamptons. That's coming to Saltmarsh. So I think where they're building up these things, when they're doing all these development, they make sure that certain things are in place. I kind of want to think that's the reason why. And so, as I said, I can't agree that the healthcare system is horrible here. I have to disagree because I have not experienced anything negative as yet. So at first when I came and listening and reading, and I was afraid in the beginning. So that is why I decided to go back when I went up for vacations with the grandkids and my children, that I would just get my stuff done. But no, I didn't have to. I would have spent way, way less to have seen a doctor here and gotten blood work done and gotten things done for less than I paid in Connecticut. So I hope this helps you as you return home. Again, it all depends on where you're planning to live and where you are. I mean, a lot of people are going back to their private spaces to build or have already built. And so, again, one of the things you want to check out is the healthcare facilities. A lot of us, we just build. We just focus on building, and we don't focus on anything else. And then after everything, you're ready to come home, and you come home, you're not young anymore. You're much older now, and you need a lot of different things. I don't care who we are. The body works, things break, needs to be repaired, needs a little something to help it keep going. And so we have to make sure that as we build or as we buy, that we're also, as we look at things, that as we shop around for things, that we shop around for the healthcare facilities in our space. Thank you for supporting. Thanks to the lady who asked a question, who told me today that she was asking for that. I spoke about everything, but I didn't talk about healthcare. I can just say to you, again, I got care for 5,000 Jamaican dollars, and anything extra, I would have paid for it. That means my blood work, I would pay extra for that. If I had gotten an injection, I would have to pay extra for that. That's how it works. Be good to yourselves. If you can't be good, be careful, but walk good, do good, and onward and upwards always.